So what are you doing in there? Is this ginger in there?
This is yes, this is ginger root.
And so it's edible.
This is edible, gingerbread officinal, and these are just trials that we're doing right now, and we're going to see if these IMOs work for our ginger root.
And this one's the Pepino Dulce?
This is a Pepino Dulce. This is Solanum muricatum. This is an experimental trellis system that I got going here, and I'm not sure if that's gonna quite work or not. But
nylon cord?
Yeah, but braided. Okay, not twisted. There is a difference. It's masonry cord, but the braided holds up better, and I can stretch it, and it stays stretched. So this is just a trellising experiment, but I'm really trying to show you these IMOs. So here's some right here.
There we go. Yeah, I can see them.
All right, now I want to show you. I can get. Now they change again with the moisture in here, but we're gonna find some. There we go. Can you see those?
Yeah.
That white in there?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. And you can look down in that.
That's living culture in the soil, huh?
That's living. You see that white?
Yeah, I see it. Sure.
Okay, and that's
nice.
That's the IMOs that you want.
Right here.
Yeah,
that's them right there.
There's something there. There we go. There's a whole load of them.
All right. So this is the inoculant that you made.
This is this particular material right here is 2/3 cinder soil, 1/3 inoculated compost. And that's what this soil is made of. And very little nitrogen has been applied. That's one of the teachings is back off of your nitrogen. When you add nitrogen, your cellular activity, too much nitrogen, the cellular activity is this. And then this is when the pathogens come in. So the philosophy is grow the plant with less nitrogen.
Tighter.
Yeah. Cellularly tighter.
Sure.
And that's supposed to repel some of it. And the philosophy
that makes sense.
That makes sense, man.
Yeah, sure. Succulents, you know.
The philosophy is to promote plant health, which will be disease resistant. This was solid rock, so every one of these holes had to be drilled with a pneumatic drill to get them in there. That was 1,000 holes to be drilled.
So the deal is you got these albizia logs, junk wood, right?
This is noxious weeds.
Okay.
Noxious weeds, materials that I've collected from Hawaii. I get these ironwood needles down by the
cinder,
shore.
ironwood, inoculant compost.
That's it. And these guys are loaded with IMOs when you pick them up too.
Well, I mean, it's the basic organic gardening school of thought or organic farming, except for one thing. You're actually cooking up all the inoculants that you're using to make this.
That's right.
That's the main focal difference.
I had asked my sensei,
yeah,
you know what, I've never had a herbicide on this field. I have dug through my lower understory weeds. I have seen inoculum. Why do I need, to add? He says, well, you may have 1 million good guys, but how about 10 million good guys? So it's actually accentuating your microbial count to the 10th power.
Well, there's different organisms you don't have out here too when you inoculate. They're collecting from hot sources. You're talking about bamboo for bacteria and deep forest for your
bamboo tends to be bacterial in nature as far as a microbe, and forest tends to be fungal in nature. So breeding these microbes and introducing them to the soil has had an amazing effect on these rows. These plants are...
I see you're really going to town here with the ginger and the Pepino Dulce experiment. You're actually hoping there might be a crop coming out of it, right?
This is always a research center. This is turmeric.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Curcuma longa. And we're seeing how this works. You always got to do the test first to see if it's going to work. But understand that right underneath here is solid rock that's been bulldozed and ripped, so there isn't much of a soil profile.
Sure.
But the plants seem to be they seem to be happy. And again, the philosophy is just slow, lay off of the nitrogen.
Well, you guys here in the lower Puna, you don't dig holes in soil most of the time anyway.
No.
So this is just a natural extension.
That's it, just mounting the noxious weeds as a retainer, because any kind of soil that you have in Puna here is a precious resource. So we can't really waste that, so that's why the logs are there, just for retention. Practically. When I put these logs in, the dragon fruit roots just crammed that bed. Okay, I mean almost immediately. And they were
I noticed that when you were digging for the indigenous.
They just sucked up all the nutrition. These guys are just running basically on top of the rocks that are right underneath that weed bed. So the nutritional, they got to search a little bit harder. This is just amazing to me.
I think it's pretty obvious looking at the rows that the ones with the inoculated compost and the Albizia logs look much better.
Oh,
at least by 20-30% or so to the eye.
Hands down, hands down. I do believe that through this field gets liquid inoculated as well, about once every 10 days. And when I weed whack, I add another organic layer, and I think that it will eventually be okay, but it's going to take a while until we get that organic mat set up in the without the logs.
For having pohoihoi for soil, your weeds are growing pretty well in here, and there's a significant value as far as building soil. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.